Welcome back to Tigre Gitana. My name is Abby, and today we are going to continue on with the sacral videos for this week. It was just one video. I'm going to apologize right now. I am like, I wouldn't say I'm hungover, because I didn't drink all that much, but I'm definitely still high from last night. It was my very, very dear friend's birthday, and so it got a little, yeah, it was like a really fun time. So yeah, I ended up actually, we all actually came together to manifest some weed, and it was really cool. So yeah, so this isn't gonna be a very channeled reading, because one of the things that also happened last night is that I was just like reading people. I brought my cards to do a reading for her specifically, but I ended up reading like a whole bunch of people, so it just turned into this ginormous kind of channeling situation. So I guess we're gonna continue on doing readings, because I mean, it's fun for me anyway. I love doing readings for people, especially because the messages come so quickly, and it's not it's just, you know, it's a part of what I do. It's what I do. So looking at this week is going to be a very interesting week, especially because, okay, so we're doing from October 1st to October 8th, and that is very interesting because that means by the time that we come back around next week, Mercury will have gone just in retrograde, because it goes on retrograde on the 8th, if I'm remembering that correctly. I'm pretty sure it's the 8th. It's in this pre-shadow phase currently, so you might have been seeing some stirrings of the, like, in the love and money area department of your life, and where Scorpio falls for you in your chart. I would definitely pay attention to how this transit is going to affect you. Look at your chart, make sure you're keeping tabs on the energy and what you're gonna have to be dealing with, because Venus is gonna be in Scorpio till the end of the year. It's retrograding, so it'll be kind of moving back, and then once it goes direct, it's gonna start moving forward, but it'll still be in Scorpio because it's spending the majority of its time there. So enjoy these Scorpio vibes. I mean, did you guys think that just because Jupiter is going to be moving into Sagittarius in November, that like you were gonna escape the Scorpio? No, boo. No, that's not happening. Not today. Not today. So it's gonna be an interesting situation. Right now, the moon is currently in Gemini, and it's gonna be moving into Cancer relatively soon. So by the time we come back around, the moon should be pretty much in Virgo, or about to go into Virgo, which is fun, which means the weekend is gonna be kind of fun. But yeah. So messages for this week, especially because the moon is about to go into Cancer, and we know Cancer tends to be a little bit more emotional and tends to be a little bit more, has us in our feelings as far as, that's interesting, has us in our feelings about many things. It's a very contemplative time, I would call it. But we're starting off the week from this mental rush to this kind of watery time. Wanting to, in a way, get our bearings. It's funny, from all the readings from yesterday, balance kept coming up as a message, but in many different ways for people. And I know we've been talking about, I told you guys that balance was going to be really like a main focus for each of the readings throughout, as we go on, it's going to be a focus. And it's gonna change up in the way that it comes up. So one week you might need balance of your heart. The next week you might need balance of your mind. The next week you might need balance of your physical space, like your actual ground, like where you're grounded at. Are you grounded? Have you been too airy and less, like wherever you have been doing the less of, that's what's gonna come up for you within the weeks. So for this week, it seems like our like earthiness is not where it necessarily needs to be, or we're like getting to it, getting to a place where we're balancing out our physical selves. So it's gonna be like a watery, earthy week, which is fun. I mean, we still have like goddamn almost everything in earth, because that's just the way we're doing it. I'm pulling one more card and then we're gonna talk about it. Oh, there it is. Okay, lots of water and earth. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. Bottom of the deck, the Empress and the Emperor, divine masculine and divine feminine. Okay, y'all want to talk about that this week? Shit. Okay, so the first two cards are the Five of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This is a very interesting dynamic, because we all know, as I spoke about the King of Pentacles last week, that the King of Pentacles does not do this at all. That's not something that he does. The Five of Pentacles is very much in a place of not just loneliness and loss of kind of everything, but it includes the stuff that we value. We're in a place where we're very much needing and craving the things that we value, but we don't have it. But the King of Pentacles already has the thing. So it's kind of like we're either going to be contemplating the times that we were in that space, or we're going to be moving kind of really quickly from a place of being in this loss to kind of really quickly jumping into this like, oh, I actually have all the things. So there might be a shift in value for you. Like, as far as the message last week was definitely value, but this week is literally kind of coming to terms with like with it, like having it, like you already, you know it. We come in strong this week, carrying on from last week, knowing what it is. We know what it is. We know what we care about. We know it. We're coming out strong from this energy. And I know this because the next two cards are the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. And this is very much like living and feeling that value, and being just sulking in it. It's a very, it's vibes. It's like, it's chill, luscious vibes. It's definitely Venus vibes, I'll tell you that much. But it's definitely living and being in that space. And I feel like we're flowing really good this week, honestly. And I feel like we're getting a little bit more comfortable as far as sacral space does. There's going to be some people that are going to be, whoever has been doing a lot of sacral work, you're going to be coming into your body a little bit better. Like, you're going to be actually a little bit more sexually active with yourself. It doesn't have to be with others at all. I don't really see like it being too much with others. I see it, even though other people showed up in this reading, I will tell you that. But we are feeling a little bit sexual this week, which is totally fine. We can thank Scorpio for that, because we know the Scorpio vibes are sexual vibes. But we are going to be feeling very sexual this week. Very much, we're going to be feeling good. This is kind of like Leo vibes, but like Scorpio vibes. Like, we shining, but we kind of shining through the darkness that we had to like come out of. Like, that's like it's just like oh, I'll explain it this way. So, I know we were talking about characters a lot, and we talked about it a couple of readings ago, but I always, as well as fall for the character that's like the random one, but I love the mysterious characters. I love mysterious characters. Why? Because I am Batman, and because I love mysteries. But I just want to, the curiosity of those characters for me comes from a wanting to know. And this is why Scorpio is always going to be mystical for literally every Scorpio I fucking meet. They always have like their little like, what is it? What? What? And I know a lot of Scorpios. I'm friends with a lot of Scorpios. I love my Scorpios. But there's always like a little, it's like they're the sign of truth, right? So finding out their truth is actually very hard. But for some people, but not for me. I literally figure that shit out very quickly, and it's always really funny when I like talk to Scorpios, and like I end up already figuring out their whole game and shit, and they just be looking at me like so it's actually fun for me. I think of it as a game. But there's an element about them that to other people nobody will be. There's some people that you will never be able to figure out. that kind of character. So we're gonna talk about the Scorpio character a little bit. That type of mysterious, like, kind of looks at you, kind of don't, kind of you feel like you're getting it. It's like Scorpios are professionals of having moments with people, like actually making you feel something, not just like, oh, we're in the system and we're moving through it and we're like, no. Scorpio's like, there's a truth here, or like they can do so much with their eyes. That's one. But there's like a truth there. There's something that kind of just like keeps you wanting to be in their presence more. And usually, by the way, if you actually feel that way and you're gravitated towards a Scorpio, if you are in that place where you're keep getting gravitated towards a Scorpio, congratulations. That means that you need to do a lot of healing, because a Scorpio does not come into your life for you to not transform with them or without them, because, you know, they don't always stay. They always need to stay. But they are, when a Scorpio is in your life, is for a deep transformation. You might not see it coming, but that shit's coming. It's just, they do that for others just as much as they do that for themselves. It's just that a lot of people, you know, it's hard for a lot of people to deal with it. So this is kind of the energy of this week. It's like a very kind of sensual kind of a person that kind of knows who the fuck there is. The fuck there is. I can't even talk. But it's like, this is their, like, they know themselves. This is someone that knows themselves. They're in their power, and there's something very sensual about this person. There's something very like scorpionic about this person, magnetizing about this person. And so we're gonna, but we're also gonna be feeling that as well. Venus and Scorpio is really gonna amplify our sexuality, and I really hope that you guys do work on your sacral healing, because with Venus being in there, Venus being the planet of love and like money and like, let's enjoy everything, you will have a better time. Literally what that translates to with Venus being in Scorpio is that you will have an easier time with the energy if you work through the deepest, darkest parts of yourself. You're gonna actually feel better about yourself. You're gonna be in those Venus vibes, but in the darkest parts, like, you're actually gonna enjoy cleaning out the gunk and enjoy being in a little bit of your darkness. Because, you know, a lot of people always, I get it. There's always like this standard of like love and light, and like I get it, and it's necessary. It's necessary to have the light there. But if you do not, and this is why Leo, the sign Leo, it's very important. And it's very important that they're ruled by the sun, because they are the sign of shining. Sun comes in and it's just like, I'm shining on you. What are you gonna do with this light? So Leo's like, okay, I'm just gonna live in it then. I'm just gonna chill and be myself. So but Scorpio is like the darkest sign in the entire, like, Pluto is just like, no, we're doing this. I'm taking you to the abyss. We're going in this goddamn cave and we're gonna fucking figure out what the fuck it's happened. What we need to find, because it is necessary. It's a necessary process. It's a necessary process to go deep in order to be light. In order to be in the light, you also need to create space for light to come through, or else, like, it just doesn't feel good. And so Scorpio comes in, the Scorpio energy, it makes everything a little bit more sensual. It's like, wait, why can't I touch myself there? Why can't I do this sexual decision? Why can't we do this? Why does it have to be like, why is this taboo? Why can't I go to this bar that everybody's like shitting on, but like, because they have a weird theme or whatever? Like, it's like an intriguing aspect. Is like the things that you keep to yourself, your mind space, where like, you know how nobody can police your mind, right? Those things that you think that if anybody else knew, they would judge you for. Scorpio's like, but why is that so needs to be judged? Can we just go and figure it out? Like, it's a very much like I want to be in that space. And so there is an energy of like wanting to be a little bit more sensual this week, which is great. We're going in the vibes. And I would suggest, I should probably make a video of like, yeah, I'll probably make another video of this, but I would suggest just going with it. There's nothing wrong with being in our bodies, because our earth signs are fucking freaky too. Don't think it's just water. Like, there's nothing wrong with being in our bodies, enjoying our bodies. Like, looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, damn, like I do this all the time, but I'm a Leo rising, so we done talked about this. Because you need to check for yourself sometimes. You really do. You really need to like look at yourself sideways, backways, whatever ways you want to look at yourself. Like, don't be afraid to be sexual. Don't be afraid. This week is a very like week. I can see some sexual frustration though. I can see it. I mean, sure, it's Scorpio vibes. The next two cards are the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Hello, Cancer vibes. Okay, so it is interesting that the bottom of the deck is the Empress and the Emperor, because that's divine feminine, divine masculine. So we're looking at when you're in, if you're a woman watching this and you're in and you embrace your divine feminine nature, you embrace that, then you are definitely embracing your sensual side, and that's going to be a theme for this week. If you are a man embracing your sensual side, we all know what happens with that, then you are also feeling it this week, and you might come off as a little bit bold too, like might be extra flirty or extra whatever, and like just being like, well, you know what it bees, you know. But there's a kind of an unapologetic of like our emotionally, like we're coming out as really big powerhouses this week, kings and queens. That's pretty much it. That's all I see so far. And so it's like a, you know, I'm already up here. Like I already had to climb up to this to be a king. I had to get to this place. I had to get to the place to be this queen right now. Like I'm gonna enjoy my throne. I'm gonna feel good. And so the words that get the way words kind of come through this week are gonna be very like a little bit cocky. I'm gonna say a little bit cocky. I'm feeling that. It's gonna come from an emotional place, and we'll mean what we say, and we'll also be able to kind of manifest things a little bit really easy this week. But it's gonna be a little cocky. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a like the Nine of Pentacles. It's a very much like, I always see this as a Virgo card, and this is hilarious because a lot of people I guess wouldn't associate the Nine of Pentacles as being the Virgo card, but this is what they strive to be. And I always say that. This is literally what a Virgo would want to have if they could have it. It's the idea of perfection. They have all their ducks in a row. They're like fruit, just finish growing. They can harvest their fruit. The house is clean. They're talking to the birds. They're chilling. They're relaxing. They look great. They feel great. Like that's a Virgo archetype, like for me. So anytime I see that card, I'm always like Virgo. But there's aspects to this that every single earth sign wants to have this. Every single earth sign. This is literally the level that we strive to be at. The Nine of Pentacles is cute. I mean, the Ten of Pentacles is cute and it's great and it's grounding and all that. But the Nine of Pentacles is like, it's the personal one. Ten of Pentacles is like the everything coming together as far as like community, family, everything, like everybody else coming together. But the Nine of Pentacles is, I feel good. Not just everybody else gets to enjoy my abundance with me. This is, I am abundant. And so there is like a cockiness this week. I feels it. I definitely feel the cockiness. I don't know what I'm bouncing, but yeah, no, I'm still high. The next two cards are the Four of Cups and the King of Cups. The way our emotions play out this week are going to really like, we're going to be stirring up our kind of our behavior, our words, the way people talk to us, the way people come at us, like it's definitely this water, like this, because this is like the Queen of Cups is Cancer in this deck, King is Scorpio in this deck right here. And so there's like this, the water energy will be real, I will say that, but like I don't think anybody could take us off our game. However, I feel like words can be triggering a little bit this week, and our words will also be triggering a little bit this week. And I will say that because Scorpios know exactly what to say to hurt you if they want it. If you got them to the point that where they need to like use the stinger, they know. Because what Scorpios do from the get-go is that they get to know you really, really well, including all of your like your dark bits, because they do that. They will investigate the fuck out of you even in conversation, and you won't even know they're doing it. And then later on, when they need to, like if you fucking get to the point where you hurt them, they will come for you because they already know where your wound is. So be careful with that this week. Be careful with your words. And if somebody does it to you, pay attention to what that wound was, because that needs healing. So if you're on a high horse this week and you feel good and you just, but then like somebody says something sideways to you, pause and reflect and then heal. Okay? And then if you are the one doing this, think about, contemplate why you needed to say that thing to that person. Why was that necessary? Why was those words needed to come from you? Why did it need to come up the way it needed to come up? This is the only fucking air card this week. So why you? Why you? Why this person? What was the meaning of, like, contemplate everything. Wow, there's gonna be a lot of stuff this week. That's like, it's just kings and queens. We out here with the, we're about to start ordering crowns, because it's literally, there's nothing less than that that's been coming up. I'm fucking with it. I don't mind. Oh shit. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna pull 2 more cards. And then we're gonna talk. Oh, okay. 1 more card, and we're gonna talk about it. But it actually, it looks really good. It's gonna be a cute week. We just can't be like, we can't be out here like, don't get too cocky where you're gonna start hurting other people. And if you feel like you need to do that, that's way too many cards. 1 card, guy. You heard me, deck. 1 more card. 1 more card only. That's it. That's all. There we go. You see? Talk to your decks, boo. Talk to your decks. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands, High Priestess. Okay. Okay. So, the first 2 cards are the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. You see how we keep getting mad queens? I don't think we didn't get anything. We're fucking kings and queens this week. If you want to buy yourself a fucking crown, go do so. I mean, as far as sacral work, I feel like we've been doing a lot of work, so we're actually feeling good. And I feel like we're a little bit more open to the energy, and we're kind of flowing with it, and it's good. Like, I feel really good about this week. Verbally, I feel like we're definitely coming up strong. So definitely, like I said before, if you say something to somebody else and you realize that you hurt them or whatever, pay attention to why you had to say those words, or why, like, why. Question yourself. Go internal. Do the Scorpio thing. Go inside and be like, okay, wait, what? And then do the actual, like, air thing and think about it. Like, contemplate it. Feel it out. See how you feel about what it is that you said, because you don't want to create wounds for other people either, because that's just bad karma. Take it from a, you know, take it from a Capricorn, you know. But we're definitely feeling good. There is a almost arrogance to us, and I mean the outcome card for this week pretty much shows it. But there's definitely an arrogance, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to feel yourself. We need to do the Leo thing. We need to do the Leo thing this week and just be like, okay, these are my moods. But just be, like, mindful as well. You can be cocky as fuck and be mindful at the same time. We don't need to be Donald Trump. We don't need to be that. But we could be, like, we could feel good about ourselves, our bodies, our spirit. Whatever area of your life is it that you're picking this week, that are, or is coming up for you this week, as you are for you to feel cocky for, go ham. The next 2 cards are the 5 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Like I said, there's kind of, and it's crazy because, you know, with the 5 of Cups in the Rider-Waite, there's only 2 cups left standing, and then the 2 of Cups is the next card, and then we know that's the card of the things. That's the card of the things. There is a kind of an energy shift where things were, like, I want to say low in a situation, where they shift into the opposite of what that situation was. And I feel actually pretty good about it, because the next card is a 10 of Pentacles. So there is a grounding. We're a lot bold. We're really bold this week. I mean, hey, own that shit. Fuck it. But we're fucking really bold. The outcome, by the way, is a Magician and Strength. So I told y'all need to be like Leos this week. Manifest from being in your power, understanding that you are the magician, that you can manipulate these tools to be exactly where you need to be exactly what you want to do, to reap this fucking abundance. Like, Be in your power. Be your queen. Be your king. Be whatever the fuck you want to be. Be in that power. Because there really is a shift this week of like, and you see, this is what I meant about like how Venus and Scorpio is going to make us go like into our darkest parts and like heal that in order to get the abundance. You reap the abundance to Venus and Scorpio by doing the shadow work that you need to do in whatever aspect it is, wherever Venus or wherever Scorpio falls on you. You reap the abundance. You heal from actually cleaning up the gunk that's hiding there and doing this work. That's when you're going to reap this 2 of Cups benefit. Like this, because there's 2 cups left standing with the 5 of Cups. There's 2. There's 2 cups. The rest, the 3 spilled. So 2 cups, we know what the 2 of Cups is. This is like the soulmate card. This is like the love, the marriage card. This is the everything card. These 2 cards are like what everybody wants in goddamn life. Okay, well, maybe not everybody. Some people want to just be crazy, but whatever. These are the 2 things that we strive for as human beings. So it's gonna come. Abundance will come. And I'm gonna keep saying this because that is a message of this week. Abundance will come from going into your darkest parts of you and healing that. It's that simple. That's what Scorpio, that's where all this water energy is taking you. That's what's gonna happen. Like all of the ace, you're getting the Ace of fucking Cups. This is for a reason. The darkest parts of you need to clean out the gunk in order for you to actually reap the abundance that you're craving. It's a necessary part of this process. Other than that, we're feeling Gucci. Like I'm fine. I hope you guys are good watching this video because I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm really a rising, you know, I'm chilling. Shit. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. Messages for this week. That's a very interesting first card. First card that jumped out for the Zodiac Oracle was Aquarius, which is probably maybe the King of Swords that came up. Oh, the moon. Okay. Aquarius is a card. There's a detachment that comes. Okay, Pisces, I see you. There's a detachment that comes from Aquarius, and I'm gonna make a whole video about like the signs separately, but air. But the thing about Aquarius is that they really fall, and I have Venus in Aquarius, so I know this very well. They fall for very difficult people. They like challenges. They like to really be put in a like they just want to get, you know, they want to get nudged. But the thing about Aquarius energy and the Aquarius archetype, even if it's in a Venus or anything like that, is that when you're working with Aquarius energy, you're working with upgrading something was not working before. And so the way that you go about this week, because that could have been the air that's showing up for us this week, like as far as energy wise, the way that you address the healing that's happening this week, if you need to heal some stuff, because there were a couple of cards, is by actually, if you need to do this, the way Aquarius heals, they pull themselves out of the situation, whatever the fuck it is, and they look at the situation black and white, and they see, okay, this could have been what, and then they start giving ideas pretty much to themselves about what could have been done better, where it could have been done better, where it could have been more successful. They're really, really good at this. And if that's what you need to do this week to yourself in order to stay in your power, you need to literally disconnect from the situation and see it as if you were giving your friend advice. Because they're really good at that. They're really good at that. There is an emphasis of detachment in order to see what the wound is. And if that's the way you need to go about doing your healing work this week, go right ahead. Next card is the moon. We do have a moon approaching, yeah, no. I'm actually really excited about this, but definitely, I mean, we do have a lot of water this week, and we all know that we're gonna have the moon in Cancer. So focus on your emotion, focus on how you feel about about pretty much anything, but also focus on your divine feminine energy. That's one of the things that came up. So focus on how you stay in that power for yourself. The next card is air. I don't know, explained this already, but watch your words and watch how you communicate, because there's gonna be things that will be said that will be triggering. The next card is Pisces. Don't be afraid to be dual, because this is a general reading. Don't be afraid to be dual. Don't be afraid to really think about why, and really kind of soak, because the next card is, it's Neptune. So this kind of like this watery ocean energy. And it's crazy because we talked about Cancer, we talked about Scorpio. Pisces was the only water sign that we did not speak on. And as far as energy wise, of what you should focus on with Pisces energy is that don't be afraid to create from your emotional self, because Pisces do this very well. They're the sign of illusions, and but they're really, they master it. Illusions don't always have to be bad. They have the ability to see the world in a way more beautiful way than it probably is, and that's not a bad thing, as much as they get beaten with the illusion stick. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to look at your situation, because this is literally how we're starting off the week, looking at our situation in a different perspective. We're like, wait, hold on, I actually value this. With I'm actually really good. Like, wait, I have to pull myself back. So don't be afraid of being in your power and actually realizing what was maybe an illusion and what actually is good about your life. Cool? All right. So I will see you guys in the next video. The ancestor video will be coming tonight. I have to do it. I will see you guys next week.